Greetings, YouTube. This video, while largely a huge praise for Kabam, I have to say off the top, isn't going to include or make everybody happy that's a free-to-play player. There are going to be free-to-play players that see the title of this video or they listen to this video and they say, that's not true. Because to those free-to-play players who are casual players that don't do the arena, you don't have a lot of gold, you don't have a lot of units, you barely have time to play the game. I know people who say, I play this game for about 15 to 20 minutes a day, usually in the mornings or late at night after I put my kids to bed. They don't even have time to watch my YouTube channel because they don't have time to watch YouTube videos. They still sometimes reach out with screenshots, and I appreciate the support. But those free-to-play players most likely aren't really able to purchase the gold or unit offers this weekend, and so they're not included. It's also worth mentioning that those of you that aren't free-to-play players but got milked 100% from the special objectives 6-star rank ups that broke the game, were bugged, Kabam took down, ultimately brought back, and as of the recording of this, some of you who've contacted me so upset about this haven't had your gold refunded to you. You have every right to be livid as well, because you could have used that gold on this event and had amazing free purchase opportunities. Free as in you already had the gold, you didn't have to buy gold with cash. So those two different kinds of summoners, free-to-play players that don't do the arena, you don't have a lot of gold, you don't have units, you're not going to feel like this video speaks for you, and I recognize that. Those of you who aren't free-to-play players but still have no gold because especially of the bug that made you essentially want to quit the game, this is also not a video that speaks to you. And I get that. And I think it's worth it to say those disclaimers. But for those free-to-play players out there who have stuck with this game for years, even though everything has felt like it has gone to cash, from the Black ISO store that has helped players even with inventory caps, but you can't afford the $10 a month, to the unit deal that obviously gives you discounted units, to special rare offers that are really cheap and inexpensive like July 4th or Cyber Weekend or the spring cleaning event, but you still can't take advantage. You just feel like there's never been something that you could specifically get as excited as anybody else. That ended this weekend. My main concern with the Summer Canteen event was that it took something that all free-to-play players got to enjoy just as much as the biggest of whales, and it cut it in half. And I realize I've gotten some pushback saying I've been too critical of Kabam because it's only $15 for a crazy amount of awesome items, especially if, because one of my biggest complaints of the Summer Canteen is that they didn't explain it well, especially if you only purchased one of everything, because if you purchased the $15, then you could get everything in the store, but of course if you purchased two of something, you screwed yourself over without even realizing it. And that still is one of my main complaints, among some others, of the summer event. But, 5-star generic awakening gem, we've seen those in side quests. 6-star shards are rare, but not that rare. Probably the most rare thing of all the Summer Canteen store is the 5 6-star generic 6-stones, which still aren't offered even to Thronebreaker players for units on the Day of the Dead. But this is as close as we can get to 6-star generic 6-stones for 313 units, and that's, of course, not generic at all. Those are class-based. But I heard from some of you, and again, I don't pretend like this speaks for everybody because it's going to be impossible, but I heard from some of you who were just so ready to quit. And you free-to-play players, I'm talking about the arena grinders, who had at least 5,000 units, but more importantly had at least 25, 30 million gold. And you teared up, metaphorically and maybe literally, when the event came out. Because when you went to updates and you checked your screen and you saw Day of the Deadpool, and you realized that especially if you were a Cavalier or a Thronebreaker player, you could get 6-star crystals, 6-star Nexus crystals, rank up gems that are usually only available for cash in ways that you are always locked out. That you could do this because of the time you have given to the game. That's a love letter to those players, saying we know you've spent months, years grinding away at the game, and even though we'd sure like you to spend money, and you apparently never will, we want to thank you with this. These gold offers are a love letter to the hardcore arena grinder free-to-play players, of which there are a lot out there, and I've heard from you for years. And yes, I am not a free-to-play player. I've spent over 10 grand easy on this game, even though over the course of 5 years, that still puts me in, like, I'd say the middle tier spender category. not cheapo and not expensive, but also keep in mind I spent like $500 on this game in the first 2 years, and then 11,000 in the last 4 because my YouTube channel has made 11,000 plus. And so I've been able to take the revenue I've made on the channel and reinvest it back into my account for essentially free. Although I say free, and sometimes people say, "Prof, you're not giving yourself credit," because of course it takes a lot of time and hours to make these videos and respond. But it's fun. I love it. I don't view it as work. I just view it as a very exhausting, insomnia-driven hobby that I am blessed beyond belief to be able to do. So I just had to make this video because I've never felt less upset at Kabam for the summer canteen structure, despite there still being plenty of flaws that they need to learn from for next year for the same event, than I do. Because if you had a choice between the old summer appreciation calendar, which got you some 6-star shards, maybe some tier 2 alphas, or this event plus the free stuff in the summer canteen that you got as a free-to-play player, this event's better. It's just objectively better. You get more units. You get way more 6-star shards in terms of the crystals you get to purchase, and a rank up gem, even if it's a crystal rank up gem. Like, for those free-to-play players, you did better on this than you would have. And so for those of you that have bought the summer canteen, I get it now. I think they've earned it. Not until this weekend did they earn that $15 purchase. But now, I support it. I definitely support it, because with this combined with the free-to-play player, it now exceeds what the last couple years were, and this is what was missing for me to be on board with it. I still don't like the structure. I still don't like the random tokens. I think they could have just simplified it and made it a lot better. But at the same time, beggars can't be choosers, and this was so great for so many players. So YouTube, there you have it. That is my video for today. Have a great one. Thanks for watching. Free-to-play players who could afford this with gold and even some unit offers, you deserve it. This is for you. This entire weekend, this video, everything is for you.